Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. Today Insta360 has launched a brand new AI-powered smartphone gimbal that is compact but still a powerful tool for solo creators. As you can see, the overall footprint is quite small, making it extremely portable, even to the point where you can comfortably carry it in a pocket. It's extremely fast to deploy. You just unfold it and it's ready to go. Folding it up, putting it away is just as easy. You just fold it in, it automatically powers off, and you can disconnect your phone. Now myself, when I'm using a gimbal, if I know I'm going to be using it throughout the day, I'll just keep the clamp on it. It's fairly minimal and it's not too obtrusive to leave on there. That way when I am ready to use it, I can just attach it. I don't have to worry about putting the clamp on. Now smartphone gimbals are not for everybody, but if you're watching this video, there's a good chance you already know that this is a device that could be useful to you. Stabilization in smartphones has gotten quite a bit better over the years, but it's still not perfect, and it's really hard to get shake-free shots when you're filming handheld. Now if you're just filming family vacations, just grabbing little clips here and there, that's more than adequate. But if you're trying to get some really nice footage, perhaps you're creating for social media, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, a gimbal can really take your content to the next level. When you make use of some of the features such as tracking, it can be really beneficial for solo creators. So let's go ahead here, we're going to take a look at the hardware and some of its features. First of all, the design of it's quite nice. You can see we have this kind of transparent area here, and apparently there's going to be some inlays that you can customize it if you so wish. The first thing you'll notice here about this gimbal is that it can be extended, and that can come in handy if you're trying to get any kind of vlogging shots. You want the camera a little bit farther away from you. On top of that, you can also fold it up to have a more comfortable viewing angle. Now when it comes to the grip, you can hold it just like that, but if you do want a more comfortable grip, you can pull out this extension from the bottom. That just gives you a bigger gripping area. But this is also a fold-out tripod. As you can see, we can pull out these feet, and now we have a tripod if we need to set it down to do any kind of filming. Now this tripod is not super stable, but it's enough when you need one and you don't have an extra tripod with you. However, if you do want to attach a more stable tripod, there is a 1/4-20 at the bottom, so you can mount this on a full-size tripod or whatever tripod you prefer to use. This has all the standard modes that we expect on gimbals. It has like the follow, the pan follow. It has an FPV mode that allows you to get a little bit creative. It also has an active plus mode if you need to get more quick moving shots. At the back here we have a trigger that can perform various tasks. A single press of it will automatically launch the Deep Track 3.0. A double tap will recenter the gimbal, and a triple tap will spin the camera around if you want to grab a high-res selfie with the back-facing cameras. At the front here we have all our main controls, and we can actually switch to the different modes by using this touchpad. You can see there we can just switch back and forth. We have a record button. We can put the gimbal asleep if we need to. We can use the switch button there to go back and forth between the front and rear facing camera. And a double press will go back and forth between vertical and horizontal mode. In the middle here we have a joystick. As you can see, we can move the gimbal around as needed. And when in FPV mode, it will actually spin the camera around if you're trying to get creative. And lastly here we have a zoom that allows us to zoom in and out. Just a quick turn and release will switch back and forth between the different lenses, or you can turn slowly if you want to have a more zooming shot. And lastly, another interesting feature that they have here is that they have a built-in cold shoe. So if you want to mount an external microphone, a wireless microphone system, you can mount the receiver right there. So that's a nice touch as well. Of course, if you have a wireless microphone system that will plug right into the bottom of your phone, this gimbal is more than powerful enough to accommodate that. Now I've been testing it out with an iPhone 14 Pro Max and an iPhone 12 Pro Max, and I've had no issues, and these are fairly large phones. I'm not 100% sure of what phones will be compatible, but I'm sure all that will be available on the Insta360 website. Now one of the powerful features of this gimbal is its Deep Track 3.0. You can activate Deep Track 3.0 by pressing the trigger button. It's going to look for an object in the center. As you can see here, it will even pick up a tree. Active Track 3.0 is capable of tracking people, objects, and animals. Alternatively, you can draw a box on the screen to select whatever item you want to track. Deep Track 3.0 is actually pretty powerful and has a lot of really interesting features. It has subject re-identification, so if there are multiple people in the scene, one of them goes out of view, it's going to remember which one it was tracking. On top of that, if the subject goes out of frame, the gimbal is going to automatically use the zoom lens to try and find it and recenter it. So that's another nice feature as well. With Deep Track 3.0, you can track while zoomed in. the gimbal is going to automatically adjust itself to get the best performance while using the zoom feature. Now it's difficult for me to demonstrate some of these features just because I don't appear in my videos, but I've tested them pretty thoroughly and they actually work quite well. Now according to Insta360, you can get all-day filming with its built-in 2900 milliamp hour battery. I've had it for about a month and I've used it extensively, and I think the battery is going to be more than sufficient for most people. Another nice feature of this gimbal is you can actually use it as a power bank. So if your smartphone happens to be getting a little bit low in power, you can use this additional USB port up by the gimbal here. You can plug in any device, one of your Insta360 cameras, a smartphone, and top it off. Of course, that is going to deplete your battery quite a bit quicker. Now they will be selling multiple different packages at launch. I'm not exactly sure what the packages are going to be, as this is just a pre-release model, but one of the packages will include this little vlogging light. So if you're doing any type of vlogging with your camera and you just need to brighten up your face a little bit, something like this is perfect. As you can see here, it just clamps onto the phone clip, and then you just plug it into that same USB-C port that you would use for a power bank, and that's going to power the light. So now when we go ahead and we power it on, you can see the light comes right on. The light can be rotated, and there's different brightnesses that you can set it to. You can also adjust the color temperature. Now the Insta360 app has been updated to make full use of this new gimbal, and it's best to use the app if you want to make use of all the features. However, if you're a person who likes to film with the default app, you are able to do so. You can stop and start recording, take photos, you're just not going to be able to make use of some of the advanced features. There is a lot of really powerful features built into the app. As you can see here, we have time shift, time lapse, we have widescreen mode, which kind of gives you more of a Hollywood look. We have slow motion, we have regular video mode, photo mode, and we have a pano mode. This is one of the first smartphone gimbals that can take a complete 360-degree panorama. Now I'm going to save some of these advanced features for other videos because they are a little bit more in depth, especially if you want to make something like a motion time lapse to have the camera moving across the sky. I'm going to make individual videos about that. This video is basically just a general introduction and some of my first impressions of it. So that's the new Insta360 Flow. I know a lot of people who are Insta360 fans are going to be really excited about it. And the timing release of this was actually perfect for me. I was actually in the market for a new smartphone gimbal, so that timing was impeccable. I have some plans and things I want to film where a gimbal is essential, so this is going to be a valuable tool in my camera bag. If you are interested in this product, make sure you're subscribed, as I will be making follow-up videos, some tutorials on how to use it and how to make use of some of the advanced AI features. If you found this video had value, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It's always greatly appreciated, and we'll see you in the next one.